Good morning. Happy Wednesday. We made it halfway through the week. My name's Nicole Traum, and you're watching Lee Health's Healthcare Heroes Self-Care Moment. Thank you so much for tuning in. So this week we've been talking about ways that we can be here now. And being here now is, it's an ongoing life's work, allowing ourselves to find those places where we can be present, where we can start to feel a little bit more. And today what I wanted to talk about is having a quality of curiousness or playfulness in our lives. I have a 6-year-old at home, so she brings in, she makes things a little more challenging during these times, but she also brings in this lightness that always reminds me to stop taking things so seriously. And it's fun, right? We sometimes we get so caught up in being very serious and very focused and getting this and this and this done. And yes, those things usually have to get done, but we don't have to always take them so seriously. We can move from a place of curiosity, a place of playfulness, and allowing ourselves to have a little bit more of that joy as we come in. And that makes being here now be more palatable, more just enjoyable in general. So we'll think about that today. We're going to do a fun pose that's going to kind of play a little bit with the dance. There's a word in Sanskrit called lila, and lila means, it encompasses that idea of a playful spirit, of an openness, of a curiosity. So we're going to play with that, and we'll be able to use our chair to kind of help ourselves balance out. So let's start here by sitting up nice and tall and lengthening up through your spine. And just think if you can start to soften and allow yourself to feel a little bit more playful, a little bit more just kind of easygoing. Roll your shoulders onto your back. Feel yourself as you lengthen. And just take a couple of deep breaths. So I never know what I'll find when I open my door after this class. Sometimes there's like a little, altar of little toys outside. Sometimes there's breakfast. Sometimes there's just a kid sleeping. But it's always something to be curious about. So we can think about that in our lives, right? We can look at it as this is a challenge and this is something I just have to deal with. Or we can look at it from this place of, wow, how can I experience this? So with your eyes closed, just think of shifting that perspective as you sit nice and tall and allow yourself to breathe. You can feel yourself filling up with your inhale and then emptying out with your exhale. That's it. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Let's add our arms now. Inhale, stretching the arms up and overhead, and then exhaling as you bring your arms back down. Inhaling and exhaling. Just letting yourself feel, even be a little bit more playful with the movement. You can let your arms kind of just go nice and slow. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. And as you come back through center now, bring your hands up to your shoulders. And we're going to do something that I do with kids sometimes. We call it washer machine breath. It's a really great way to start to clear out our breath and to work our side body. So before we do the movement, let's do the breath part. So you're going to inhale through your mouth. So you go, inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. So go. Now you know why it's called washer machine breath, right? And then we'll bring our hands to our shoulders and we'll start to do that breath with the movement. So you go. Keep going. Three more. Good. And then as you come back, you'll feel a little lightheaded, a little bit of that like effervescence, just feeling that rising up in you. And check in with your breath. This is just a great way to add a little bit more of depth to our breath. So now you'll notice you can take a deeper inhale and a deeper exhale. And this is a good one even to practice before you're going to go out and wear your mask for a while, because you want to have access to that deeper breath. Good. And then we'll scoot ourselves back in the chair. Bring your legs apart. So knees are apart, and we'll inhale as we stand or sit up tall, and then exhale as you bow forward. So just feeling your legs start to stretch. Use that depth of your breath now to go a little deeper. That's it. And then take your right arm up, stretch it up tall. Exhale as you reach towards the earth. So you can inhale up and exhale forward. Just feeling that stretching as you go. Inhale and exhale. Good. Lifting up, lengthening up. Exhaling as you come down. One more time. And as you come forward here, you're just going to start to reach and reach, reach, and reach. Good for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come all the way back up. Remember, your knees are wide apart here. Reach your left arm up. Take a big inhale. Exhale as you bow forward, reaching towards the earth. Good. Inhaling and exhaling. So just starting to stretch into your low back. If you can't touch the floor, don't worry about it. Try not to push past what you've got, but let yourself move with some openness, with some curiosity. Like, how is this going to feel? Oh, wow, that does feel good. This next time as you come forward, stay there, and you're just going to start to reach towards the earth. So reach and reach, reach and reach. Good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then come all the way back, bringing the legs in, coming in and making some big circles. That's it. Just feeling that movement into your hips, into your seat. Perfect. And as you come back up through center, now take your right knee in. You can hug your knee in. Make some circles with your ankle. Good. And then stay there and just start to hug your nose in towards your knee. So you can just hug it in, or you can do little pulses here, just little crunches into your core, stretching that upper back. Good. For 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll switch sides. So left knee comes in, you're sitting up tall. Make some circles with your ankle. Still breathing. Good. And then bring your nose in towards your knee. You're just going to crunch and crunch, crunch and crunch. Good. 3, 2, and 1. And as you come on out, let's just take a nice big inhale. Legs are together now. Exhale as you reach forward, bowing forward. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. That's it. Last one. And then you can stay forward here and just extend towards the floor. Again, you don't have to touch it. You're just reaching towards the earth for 3, 2, and 1. Good. As you come on out, we'll come up to standing. Remember, when you come up to standing, you want to scoot forward in your chair. Get your nose over your toes. Use the strength of the legs as you come up. All right. Now, I'm going to do this with my chair off to the side. You can do this one with your chair out in front if you want. So we're going to step our legs out and turn the toes out on a diagonal. And we'll start here by bending the knees. So better bring that chair a little closer. Bend the knees and sit back. So almost like you're doing a little squat. Reach your booty back. Just coming in. Good. Feeling that stretch into your legs. Perfect. And then this next time, as you bend your knees, you're going to keep them bent and see if you can just start to lift your right heel. Yeah. That's it. Breathing here. Bring your right heel down and lift your left heel. And then lower that one, lift the right heel again. And lift the left heel. Good. You can lower that heel down, straighten your legs. Turn your toes forward. So if you have your chair here, you're just going to bow forward, holding on to your chair. Or you can touch the floor or the seat of your chair. Taking a couple breaths here. Rocking side to side. And then coming on up. So using your chair to come back up. That's it. Now come back to turning those toes out. Bend and straighten the legs a few times. So you can either hold on to your chair or off to the side. Good. And now keep the knees bent. Start to see if you can come up on both toes. So both sets of heels come up. You can bring your arms up or one arm up, coming into that goddess pose. Sink down a little bit more. Lift your chest, and if you want, you can even stick your tongue out. That's it. Take one more breath. And then lower the heels down. Again, turn your toes forward. You can bring your hands to your chair as you bow forward, to your seat, or all the way down towards the earth. Just stretching here as you rock side to side. That's it. Good. Take another deep breath here. And then you can roll yourself on up or walk yourself on up, and we'll come back to our seat and just kind of notice how nice that is. It's a fun one to play with the balance. So as you come back to your seat now, start to notice how you're feeling. Noticing where you felt that stretch, how it feels in your body. That's it. And we'll come back to our breath now. Just letting yourself notice and feel. One thing that I notice with my daughter is that she is curious about everything. She'll ask questions about like the most random little piece of something, like, well, how does this work? And how does this do this? And she'll have her own theory. And I think sometimes as we get older, I always think about the story of The Little Prince. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. But, you know, as we become adults, we lose that creativity. We lose that sort of playfulness. So when we come back to it, it allows us to be more open. So think of that today as we turn within, okay? Just notice and feel as if you were a 6-year-old, right? As if you were really feeling this maybe for the first time or exploring it in one of those first experiences. So with your eyes closed or soft, just begin to deepen your breath now. Inhaling, good, and exhaling. And even noticing where your breath goes. Notice where you feel your breath rising and falling. Maybe you feel it in your chest. Maybe you feel it in your belly. Maybe you even start to feel it in a more subtle place, like your hands, or your feet, or your face, wherever you feel it. Let yourself be curious as you turn within, as you let yourself start to soften. If you notice your body is tight, make an adjustment. Let yourself feel comfortable. Maybe even lean back in your chair to feel that support underneath you. Feel your shoulders moving onto your back. And even notice your shoulders softening away from your ears. And as you come back to your breath, just notice your inhale and your exhale. Let yourself fill up with your breath and soften with every exhale. Checking in, seeing if you can just start to relax your jaw. Even if you bring a little movement there. And then relax your shoulders, rolling them back one at a time. Feel your seat resting down. Just rock yourself side to side. Feel the sensation of the chair underneath you, of your body releasing down. And then see if you can bring a little bit of awareness to your hands and your feet, even if you have to bring a little bit of movement to your hands and your feet. And as you come back to stillness now, just allow yourself to be in that moment, still curious. Noticing the rise and fall of your breath. Listening for sounds outside of you, outside of your room. Noticing anything that's closer, maybe some sounds that are inside the room. And then even start to notice any smells. Maybe it's the smell of your shampoo or your morning breath, the smell of coffee brewing. Just letting yourself be curious, noticing little details, slowing down enough to be a little bit more playful, a little more curious. Start to feel the sensations on your body now. Notice the feeling of your clothing, of the air on your skin, of your seat underneath you. And come back now to your breath, noticing the place where your breath first meets your nose. And then just following that breath in and out. As you come back now to the presence of the room, you can start to blink your eyes open and just wiggle your fingers and your toes. Interlace your hands, stretch your hands, your palms out, and then reach your arms up. You can reach side to side here, just taking one last big stretch. Lengthening up through the side body. That's it. And then reach your arms back, turn your head side to side. Perfect. And then as you come back through center, you can bring your hands back in front of your heart and just take a moment to pause and notice what it was like to be a little more curious, a little more playful. And so that might overflow into the rest of our activities today. We bow to each other. I bow to you. Namaste. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow at 6:40 a.m. Please feel free to come back and watch this or share this with your friends, and I hope to see you tomorrow.